Hi, this is Charlie giving you Wednesday's update. I hope you're very well. So today I've titled the Wednesday video, How to Control an Emotional Response to Trading. Now all traders are different, obviously, both in their approach to the markets plus in the emotional range that they experience. Some will deal with a winning streak calmly and carry on working hard at following their plan, where others will become overly excited and prone to overconfidence. Now, I'm sure most of you have been like that before. That overconfidence, though, can result in them deviating from the plan and starting to take trades that they would not have previously even considered. Having a winning streak is certainly something to enjoy, but we should not allow it to change our emotional state. If we do, we succumb to greed, and we all know what a danger that can be. So enjoy it, but just remember, keep it in check, because otherwise you start taking those extra trades. Now, at the other end of the range are feelings of underconfidence and even a form of short-term depression when traders have had a few losers. Inadequacy is another emotion many will feel as they search for reasons why they will never make it as a trader. And I'm sure many of you have thought that in the past. Oh, I'm never going to make it as a trader, when all you've had is a bad day or maybe a bad week. Put it into perspective. Now, during phases like this, it's very easy to get trapped into a negative mindset and a negative cycle of thinking, and it's probably this that results in so many traders quitting within their first 6 months. So do these emotional ranges disappear with experience? Yes, they do. Do they disappear entirely? No, of course they don't. You just get very good at suppressing it. The key thing is to control those emotions and not allow them to affect your decision making. For example, last week I had my first losing week. I think it was last week, yeah, or no, 2 weeks ago. Sorry, in a good couple of months or more. It's frustrating to having been on the wrong side of trades. Yes, of course. When this was election week, actually, got on the wrong side of a couple of trades. Yes, so it becomes frustrating. But it's how you manage yourself coming out of that which makes you as a trader. So what do I do myself? Firstly, I always put the loss into perspective. It's simply a drawdown that should actually be expected, as no single strategy or methodology or style of trading can be profitable all of the time. Statistically, even if we had a win rate of, let's say, 60%, we should expect a run of 10 consecutive losers at some point if we do enough trades. Statistically, that will happen. So it's just a case of mathematics. So when I have a losing week, like I did a couple of weeks ago, I can put it into perspective because I've been there countless times over the years, that it's easier to shrug off than someone maybe who's newer to trading. Now, by doing this, I won't feel the same extreme of emotional response that a less experienced trader is going to feel. Was I mildly frustrated at that losing week? Yeah, because some of my decisions during the election period could have been better, but I don't allow that to grow into anything more than that. You have to be able to move on. Secondly, learn to let go of the past. We can't influence what's happened, but we can influence what will happen, and certainly our approach. We can't even influence the markets, but we can influence our approach to the markets. I use the expression of dusting myself off after having some losses, so I'm preparing then for the fresh challenges and fresh trades that lie ahead. 2 weeks ago, the losing week that I had was probably, like I said, the first week of many more weeks of losses that will happen at some point in the future, but they will just be weeks of losses at a time. I'm going to have another losing week at some point again in the near future, probably, but that's just part and parcel of trading. And so if you put it into perspective and you say, well, over the next 10 years, of course I'm going to have weeks where I'm having losing weeks. Why should you even worry about it? Put it into perspective. Focus on learning from any of the mistakes made that you might have made, and then go into the following week as if it's a brand new start. Don't carry that emotional baggage of previous losses with you, because that is a recipe for it spiraling into a longer streak of drawdown. Now, by approaching the markets in this way, I can disregard any negative emotions fairly quickly and just focus on what's important, executing according to my style of trading. Now, that way, I'm quickly back into the flow the following week without worrying about what's just happened. I hope that gives you some food for thought this week, and I shall see you on Friday.